Hey everybody, welcome back to another Midnight Witch. Yeah, let's just get on to it. And there are other, I still have like, there's too many games and I don't have enough time to like play all of them. I have a couple of strategies though, but that'll be for the next video. I don't know, another intro. Wait, what did I hit? Okay. Wait, what? Did I? Emma was right, Evelyn is quite brilliant. Despite her visible lack of preparation for this specific class, she has been talking about comprehensive sociology for over 5 minutes with particular insight and sense of expertise. Given my insane lack of knowledge in social sciences, I am unable to say if what she says is actually relevant. But she definitely sounds very convincing. Wait, isn't that the Dr. Fox effect? What the hell is it? Seems like I've actually learned a thing or two about sociology over the years. I take a look at other students, most of them behave exactly like usual. At least the ones I know. Emma takes perfectly organized notes on her little pink laptop. Zoe is having a quick manicure, her little nail polish jar unsteadily resting on her right knee. And Chloe tries by all means to catch the eye of a guy sitting a few rows down without much success so far. As for Jessica, she's staring at her laptop screen far too intensely to be actually paying attention to the class. What about me? No point in lying, I haven't taken a single note. A nudge on the elbow pulls me out of my daydream. I was listening, I swear. Emma looks at me warily, then finally smiles. Very funny, but take notes. Class started 5 minutes ago. With a sigh, I place my hands on a keyboard and start writing a few keywords from Emma's notes. You gotta be kidding me. This guy's using a keyboard, man. This guy is has a laptop. I got no beef with anyone, but this guy's getting lazy and taking notes? Come on. Clickety-clack. Clickety-clack. I had to take notes with a pen or pencil. Pretty much brutalized my wrists. Hey, do you guys have internet? Emma and I turned to a student sitting a bit further to my left. I haven't tried yet. Why? I can't connect to the Wi-Fi. New whisper behind me this time. Wi-Fi is down. They must have changed the password last night. Only the school intranet works. The university intranet. Great. Aside from the fascinating articles about the discovery of electricity and the biography of the college's dean, this thing is as empty as my fridge on a weeknight. Sorry. Hey, log on to the internet chat. Everybody's trolling. I mean, with social networks and mobile phones, this kind of thing is literally useless. But now, since we don't have the actual internet anymore, I find the address in a few clicks and manage to log into the chat room. I just check. Okay, we are recording. That kind of scared me half to death there. The messages are flooding. I open a small tab listing the people logged in. There's almost 30 people here. Seriously? Nobody can crack the new Wi-Fi password? Sucks so much. When did they even change it? It was working just fine yesterday. I got no signal on my phone. Yeah, I don't have any signal either. Nobody can get any signal in this auditorium. It's always been like this. But why? This auditorium was built with new materials that are more insulating but that also prevent any mobile signal. Get the fuck out. Shut up, he's saying something interesting. So we'll never get any signal in this room? Who's Wes the Wizard? I'm going through an impressive number of insulting messages in pure flood. It's insane how an online chat can become a garbage can in no time. We will eventually thanks to the deep indoor technology that allows signals to pass through very thick walls, but it's expensive for mobile network operators to install. How do you know all this? It's Wes, Dan's friend. His mom worked for a telecom operator, so he knows a lot about this stuff. Shut the fuck up. With the chat being anonymous, it's just so easy to troll. Welcome to the absurdity of online chatting. I glance over at Emma, still focused on her notes that now fill an entire page. Has Evelyn talked that much already? I feel Emma's incensed look on my face. She hates it when I slack off and I look up at Evelyn again. I find this almost magical bluish glow dancing in her dark eyes. I stiffen slightly as Emma's hand shakes my shoulder. Take notes, hurry up! I stifle a yawn and look down at the clock. Morning break won't happen anytime soon, so yeah. I'm kind of confused. What is that? I'm pretty sure you're seeing this as well. Well, I'm seeing it. I guess it's in the monitor. Because I'm checking the recorded preview. There's nothing there. Maybe I'm insane. I don't know. We're done with this chapter. I hope it wasn't too boring. An unusual rising tide of voices spreads through the rows. That was perfect, Evelyn. Keep talking, please. Could you please repeat the last part? Thank you all. You're so kind. But I've talked too much. Now it's question time. What do you mean, questions? Wait, I didn't pay any attention. Who can tell me what the Barnum effect is? A few hands go up, including Emma's and Dan's. You, next to Ichi. Emma straightens up slightly in her chair. It's a principle used for personality tests or horoscopes. People are flattered by speech that valorizes them, which leads them to find inaccurate comments about their own personality relevant. Evelyn quickly claps both hands. Excellent, that's exactly right. What's her name? Emma hesitates for a moment, surprised by this teacher's unusual familiarity with her students. Emma? That's perfect, Emma. Read any personality test, you'll always find a subtle mix of flattery and statements generic enough to fit the majority. Once convinced that the test results represent who you are, you would become more likely to accept completely false statements about your own personality. This is the power of the Barnum effect. Evelyn, you are the best professor in the world. Evelyn burst into a crystalline laugh. Sorry, but flattery needs at least a little bit of subtlety, otherwise it doesn't work. It is true. If you straight up flatter someone, you're either flirting, or, clearly you're flirting, or something else. Either way, it won't work, man. Let's see, who can tell me about the bystander effect? It's a classic that you've already faced in real life. And go up again? No, it's always the same people answering. I'll pick someone this time. It's gonna be me, Itchy, number 1. The goat. She moves slowly across the stage in search of her prey, one hand brushing the desk as she continues to walk. You, over there, what's your name? Oh my god, it's not the typical main character gets called because he doesn't know crap about the lesson and then leads to an awkward situation. Interesting. Lucas, ma'am, Evelyn. The guy named Lucas, I probably talked to him twice in my life, is casually sitting in an obvious attempt to appear cool and relaxed. So, Lucas, do you know what the bystander effect is? Lucas' smile widens. It's when you are a bystander to a significant event that you're able to replicate afterwards with accuracy. For example, I was able to date very talented girls. As a result, now I can pull off some amazing tricks. He concludes his answer with a wink that he probably believes to be the most charming in the world. It was dorky, vulgar, and probably off topic. Yeah, what a douche. You bet, he'll be lucky if he just gets kicked out of class. To my surprise, Evelyn continues to smile in a perfectly natural way. It does not surprise me. After all, you look like you belong to the gifted type. It's up to you to find out. Evelyn's smile widens. Oh, but I really know better than anyone. Huh? Unfortunately, that wasn't the right answer. A blinding flash of light fills the entire room for a split second, immediately followed by a dull crack. My eyes instinctively close at this sudden light assault. The classroom is now dead silent. Whoa, I can't show that. When I finally manage to open my eyes for good, I find myself facing a vision of horror. Let's go! Yeah, kill the asshole, man. I'm sorry, calm down. Evelyn is elegantly seated in the table right in front of Lucas, smiling. Terrifying. In front of her, Lucas stares dazedly at the long blue spear that crosses his chest. There's blood absolutely everywhere. The eyes widen. Lucas tries to articulate some words, but only a bubble of blood springs from his lips and splashes a little more his completely soiled clothes. The blue spear seems to glow with a supernatural and devious gleam, as if animated by a will of its own. Evelyn keeps her eyes riveted on Lucas' face, whose life is rapidly slipping away. Calm down, YouTube. He's just, he's roleplaying. It feels like time stays frozen for an eternity. You know what I've noticed? Spear damages throughout the body. I don't know, it kind of looks iffy. Like swords, I get it. Like if you stab someone, right, they like kind of makes sense. It goes through. A spear, another. It's a little bit. It's a bit. Depends on the tip, right? That thing has a huge like end. It will be a bit more, gory. My brain, unable to process the images I'm witnessing, can no longer reason rationality. Shit. 3 times. Lucas covered in blood. Evelyn, the magic spear. I'm dreaming. A nightmare. That's impossible! I barely managed to hear the scream that tears through the surrounding silence. Help! Run! Okay, that's not a psychological horror, fam. This is more like just straight up murder and horror. The paralysis that had gripped the entire room disappears all at once, as if by magic. A very large panic begins with half of the students taking cover under the tables while the other half rushes to the door. Door located at the other end of the room from my seat. Fuck. Emma turns to me, her face livid. Without thinking, I pull her against me and tip backwards so that our bodies are under the table. The protection spirit is symbolic, but what more can I do? While my brain is screaming at me to think of a way to get to the door, my gaze goes back to Evelyn. Still smiling, she gently caresses the hand of the spear without seeming the least disturbed by the agitation around her. Her medallion glows with the pulsing of the magic spear, which seems to be absorbing the life of her unfortunate victim. That's why she's so young. It seems that Lucas is living his last moments. His face becomes more and more livid with each passing second, and his eyes take on a gray color specific to dead corpses. A frightful nausea invades me. I pull Emma a little tighter against me and force her head to turn towards my chest in a futile attempt to spare her from this macabre vision. In spite of the ambient rush, a new shrill scream followed by pestilential odor invades the room that silences all other noises. As I try to find a proper vision angle without exposing myself unnecessarily, I manage to see a flaming mass collapsing on the floor just in front of the door. Don't tell me, another student? No! The door's trapped! The students amassed near the door are all caught up in a primal panic. A tremendous stampede ensues, the crowd divided by desire to get as far away as possible from the 2 corpses, that of Lucas and another unfortunate soul who was burned alive. Evelyn's bubbly voice rises from the center stage as if she had teleported again from the back rows where Lucas' corpse still lies. No, 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 the class is not over. At these words, all the students rose and a new icy silence invaded the room. Evelyn's sharp smile lights up her face, which strangely no longer bears any trace of Lucas' blood. If you don't hurry back to your seats, I will have to punish you too. After a few interminable seconds, the message finally sinks in. Lyra's blood. Punishment, death. New panic sets in. Most of the students rush to their relative safety of the tables while a handful remain motionless near the door, totally paralyzed by fear. Evelyn gazes at these death row inmates with a delighted expression. Oh, bad students! One of the 3 students still standing faints, her face maddened. The second lays eyes on the totally charred corpse and bends over to vomit profusely. The third, his limbs shaking all over, seems to have completely lost the control of his own body. Evelyn slowly approaches the door, her eyes riveted on the 2 girls on the ground. Poor thing, she's fainted. What kind of teacher would I be if I punish a student with anemia? Her light-hearted laughter is in total contrast to the seriousness of the situation. As for her, Evelyn takes a small step to the side to avoid a puddle of vomit. I'm sorry, but eating in class is forbidden. That's how you mess up the room. With a nonchalant gesture, she extends 2 fingers in the direction of the unfortunate girl still on her knees and agitated by sporadic retching. Bam! New flash of light, blue this time. The student collapses totally in her vomit and a big spray of blood. Oh my, look how dirty she is. I hate dirty people. But she made her point when the guy did the dirty jokes. Dirty remarks. And yeah, he got donuted. The last student still standing tries to move away, but his legs seem to no longer obey the movements, intimidated by his hips. He just manages to lean against the wall to avoid falling. Evelyn raised her eyes full of malice in his direction. Why aren't you sitting in your seat? The class has started already, right? The unfortunate guy opens his mouth like a fish out of water and painfully manages to squeeze a few words. Is that a valid answer? Sorry. Evelyn gives him a ravaging little wink, then quickly waves her left hand in his direction. Crack. New flash of light followed by dull cracking sound. A long blue spear identical to the one that pierced Lucas goes through the student's chest and literally pins him against the wall. Contrary to Lucas, that must have been instantaneous. The student does not emit any rattle and his inert head falls to one side in a frightening angle. Looking satisfied, Evelyn quickly contemplates her work, then returns to the desk while clapping her hands. Well, I guess now we can resume the class. She runs her delicate hand through her long hair. I think I was just asking you some questions? Alright, just a few more questions. We'll start a new chapter. Let's see. Evelyn sweeps the room with her eyes. It's gonna be me, man. It's gonna be itchy. All the students have taken shelter under the tables, just like Emma and me. A perfectly useless shelter. In as much as the underside of the tables is visible from the board. It's gonna be difficult for her to take notes, crouching like that on the floor. Despite her enchanting smile, an evil glint gleams in her eyes as she opens her mouth again. If you don't take notes, I'll have to consider you absent. The signal is clear. Obey or die. The student slowly stands up and reluctantly sit back in their seats in dead silence. Despite my heart beating way too fast, I take the risk of standing up as well, Emma still in my arms. My will is close to breaking when Emma raises her big doe eyes to me filled with tears. Emma, trust me. My voice is only a whisper, but she nods and lets my arms guide her. I don't know if this is it's psychological horror slash I just put in horror, man. Really, like straight up stuck in a room with a murderer. With like supernatural powers. Yeah, that's just horror. Supernatural horror? I sit her back down in a seat right next to mine, then sit down as well. Her morbidly livid face doesn't let me forget the nausea rumbling deep in my gut. This is a nightmare, a pure nightmare. I slowly turn my head towards Evelyn, praying not to meet her eyes. With a big smile on her face, she is making sure that everyone is seated properly. A particular sickening smell of burning flesh finally reaches my nostrils. I glance at the black carcass lying on the floor near the door. Just imagining that it is the corpse of another human being makes me want to regurgitate the contents of my stomach. No way. Magic. Magic doesn't exist. There's no such thing as teachers killing students in a classroom. Depends. Not in my life, not in my very average, very basic student life. That's impossible. Emma's small hand squeezes mine. Despite her shaking, the touch of her soft skin manages to calm my emotions slightly, enough to bring me back to my senses. I need to be rational, control my emotions, survive. We must survive. Evelyn can kill us in the blink of an eye. She's using magic or a superpowered weapon from the future. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The facts are simple. We're totally powerless against it. So you have to trick it to understand her motives, the rules that underlie her morbid game. That's true. Turn them against her, like in a video game. I close my eyes to try to concentrate more without success. Don't be an idiot. This is not a video game. There are no rules, no solutions, no escape. I open my eyes again and meet Evelyn's gaze. My blood runs through my veins. Did she just wink at me? Maybe she has a crush on us and she's like, I'm gonna kill everyone here? She's like a yandere. Her attention immediately shifts to the other side of the room, but the uneasy feeling persists. Am I next? My swallowing becomes very difficult as if my throat has become totally knotted. I'm going to die, like Lucas, like the others. We're all going to die. My eyes freeze on the door to the room, the only way we can escape. The only way to survive. A door, trap. A door that condemns the one who puts his hand on it to die by fire. My breath is getting shorter and shorter as I curl up slightly in my seat. We can't get out anymore. Trap. Condemned. Is everyone seated? Good. Let's get back to the questions. So assuming this is an actual university, this is weird, man. There's usually a fire exit. There's usually two doorways or entrances slash exit. Left and right, maybe? Or maybe the back? I don't know. Alright, skip this. No. Just rewind it. It's like 10:30. I have a feeling you're not in a very talkative mood, so I guess I'll have to pick someone again. Evelyn slowly ascends the central staircase, her hand gently brushing the surface of the tables as she moves. The students closest to her passage cower in vain, hoping to become invisible, all the while avoiding moving too much so as not to attract the attention of our tormentor. As Evelyn passes by our row, Emma leans slightly towards me to get as far away from her as possible, a look of terror on her face. I force my gaze to stay focused in front of me despite the fear of being hit by a magical projectile from the stairs to my right. A barely audible sigh of relief escapes my lips as I hear Evelyn's footsteps move away from us. She stops a few rows up, both her hands patting the table in the unlucky row with an impatient look. Tell me, what's her name? Slowly and carefully I turn my head to catch a glimpse of the unfortunate victim out of the corner of my eye, sitting just a row away from Dan. That guy, it's Matt, Zoe's ex. His usual self-confidence seems to have completely disappeared. Head straight up, empty eyes, he is unable to meet the glance of Evelyn, nor even to answer the question asked. Matt lets out a slight cry when Evelyn starts to move, convinced of his imminent death. To my surprise, she simply sits down, the seat next to him, and leans her face towards him. Matt keeps his head towards the wall as if paralyzed by fear. I can't help but feel a certain cowardly relief. Matt is next on the list, not me. Poor guy. But it's not me. You won't tell me your name. That's too bad. Matt's voice is barely audible. Matt. Evelyn smiles delightedly. Well, Matt, thanks for being a volunteer. Matt swallows. As if he was a volunteer. She picked him herself. A little microsociology question regarding the family. Evelyn's smile, which initially seemed warm to me, now appears purely cruel. But a couple expecting a child, who should make the decisions? Woo, that's a good question, actually. The mother. Or the wife, I guess. The Matt manages to meet an answer, which is already a great feat considering the perilous situation he finds himself in. Boom! Let me guess, she's gonna be like, nope, wrong. Boom, they're dead. Evelyn raised an eyebrow. Only the mother? Oh, the answer was both. That's interesting. The entire class holds its breath. But does that mean the father has no say in it, ever? Face dripping with sweat, Matt answers in a surprisingly firm voice. Both, it's both. Oh god, oh my goodness, man. If a Sleepy was in this class, I'd be dead. I'd be like, wait a minute, no, it's both. I'm like really slow. Both, that's very interesting. Evelyn's smile goes more and more crooked. But you can't change your answer afterwards. It's like cheating. And I don't like cheating, Matt. I'm gonna rip your guts out. Wait, Splash. Short dagger adorned with cabalistic engravings springs from Evelyn's outstretched hand and comes crashing down Matt's throat with particularly sickening sound. I'm kinda liking Evelyn, man. Damn. The latter hopelessly brings his hands to his throat, blood spurting out everywhere. He ends up collapsing against the table in a frightful rattle. Comment down below, what would you do in this situation? Fight? Do nothing? Honestly, I just feel like it's just gonna be a typical Monday, you know? Go to class. Oh no, someone's died. You're next. Oh no, I'm bleeding. I don't really give a crap. Maybe there's panic a little bit, but I'll accept it. Since if this is it, this is fate. Evelyn contemplates her macabre work with a macabre. Give me a minute or two. Let me search this word. You're gonna hear it in the Google pronunciation thingy.
Macabre.
The macabre. Alright. Okay. Her macabre work with a satisfied air, her medallion sparkling of a blue supernatural glare. Bars! No! A few howls echo through the room. I squeeze Emma's hand tightly, hoping that she will manage to suppress any sound. The last thing we need right now is to attract Evelyn's attention. I think we can stop the questions part for now. Her perky look is perfectly surreal considering the murder she just committed in cold blood. This woman is evil. A witch. So she's a witch. Powerful, cruel. I'll be listening more carefully from now on, otherwise you keep giving me the wrong answers. So that's why she's so effective. At teaching, you get the answers wrong, it's your life. Literally people are studying, so they won't... Evelyn quickly walks back down the stairs towards the board and turns back to the class. I expect you all to take notes seriously. I can't believe it. Is she going to resume the class like nothing happened? Now, let's talk about microsociology. I think we're talking about macro. We're talking about social ways, you know, the socialization of society at a bigger scale. Businesses? You know, how it works. Marketing? That's like on a macro scale, right? Micro, example like this. Well, not like a video, but in a class, talking to someone, teacher, student, things like that. Without the slightest regard for the various corpses littering the room, Evelyn begins to recite a sociology lecture before the simultaneously frightened and bewildered eyes of the still living students. I feel like you're completely asleep this morning. Yo, she just called us out. Sleepy boy. Come on, take notes. All the students are now aware that each of her recommendations carries with it a threat of imminent death. As a result, I hear a number of hands timidly tapping on keyboards, beginning with Emma's, on whose face I read deep terror. With a pleading look, she tells me to imitate her to avoid the witch's wrath. The witch who killed Lucas and Matt. The one who probably kill us all by the end of the day. With trembling hands, I barely managed to unlock my laptop. The chat window appears before me, flooded with new messages. She uses magic! This is a nightmare. I'm having a nightmare. I just want to wake up. I'm in a nightmare. We're all in a nightmare. There's no such thing as magic. That's impossible. She's a witch. But she can kill all of us with one look. I still can't get signal. Someone call 911. We still don't have internet. It's because of her. It's her magic. We're all gonna die. She killed Matt. I'm about to throw up, but she'll kill me if she hears me. We can kill her if we all go together. Who's with me? We're all gonna die, idiot. You're using magic. We can't do anything. Alright, focus. You gotta be way out of this. Let's go and kill her. I don't want to die. Try that on your own. Please help me. Save me, save me. Oh, yeah, alright. Come on. We need to exchange the answers to the questions on this chat so we don't die. We're all gonna die anyway. Everybody sit still or you'll die. You just have to sit there and pretend to take notes. Pretend to take notes? Sounds like getting yourself killed, man. Shut up. It's all your fault. You're a sinner too, so shut up. Divine punishment? Maybe that's what it is after all. A loud vomit echoes around the room. The girl sitting next to Lucas' corpse has finally cracked. I take a quick look at evidence. She continues her lecture without caring about the sickening noise. And all of these concepts bring us back to the decision-making processes that you should already be familiar with. Were you the one who was afraid to die if you threw up? She spared you. Alright, I'm not gonna read all of this. This is like random people. Alright, that's a lot of messages here. I can't rule out that this is like her revenge thing, but at the same time, somebody became a burnt corpse trying to open a door. Alright, I'm just like, yeah, they're like piecing things together here. Despite the visual. Wait a minute, I saw something there. She made the decision to abort. Despite the visceral fear that refused to leave my body, I tried to concentrate in the last exchanges. Matt forced a girl to sleep with to have an abortion. This reminds me of something. The memory of the exchange between Matt and Evelyn just before his death suddenly flashes back to me. The mother. And a couple expecting... Oh, crap. Wait a minute. It's a very specific question. Yep, does it mean she knew? I don't know, man. Sorry I'm like skipping some of this. Because really, it's just like paragraphs and sentences of blurred. I'm here to get the story, you know, straight. And yet she follows a very specific plan. She gives us orders, terrifies us, asks us questions. What if she didn't kill randomly? Ooh, alright. Well, what about the girl that just puked? She just died. Interesting. So this is psychological horror, huh? Getting asked questions in a university classroom. That is kind of horrifying, not gonna lie. Especially if you didn't take notes. I've been there, man. I've been like asleep. Boom, gets called. I don't know answer, man. What about the other deaths? The one who died by fire while trying to open the door. The girl was exactly. What were they? What were their sins? No. Class is not over. I'm sorry, but eating's not allowed in class. That's how you mess up the room. Oh. What were those rules? Okay, yep. I'm not reading all of that. And this is how our character dies. Because the guy who's controlling it, which is me, not even paying attention. For others, they were not interrogated. They died because they did not obey the rules. Alright. Alright. I need to share this with others. There are no more... Let's out a loud exclamation. Oh, I almost forgot a little question. Instantly freeze as they're paralyzed by an unearthly cold embrace. Emma turns to me looking even more terrified than before. I squeeze her hand with all my strength and utter a few words under my breath. Safe. She should be in no danger. She's taking notes. She's listening to the lecture. She's a very good student. Oh, no. It's always the innocent ones. Maybe I am going into the stereotype here, but the innocent, kind girl, or not even a girl character, it doesn't matter, dude or lady. They got some skeletons in their closet, my boy. Even punish guys guilty of terrible behavior towards girls. No. I think I should be alright. I'm a normal guy. And yet, why am I shaking like a leaf? You there, what's your name? Read this, I look up with devastated eyes at Evelyn. We're staring at someone across the room. Me? Dead silence. All this is to the unfortunate girl. I recognize her. It's Lucy, a rather loner girl in the class. Evelyn simply nods with a broad smile, arms leaning against her desk near the board. The brief relief of knowing I'm safe is immediately replaced by frustration at the inconsistency of the choice of the new victim. Let's see. No, skip this. Claire, my name is Claire. I frown. She lied. That's a pretty name. Ooh, since we didn't choose it ourselves. What do you think, Claire? She definitely knows, homie. Lucy's doom. Yes, you're right. I'm always right. No need to mention it. I'm kidding, of course. Nobody's perfect. Lucy's face breaks down as Evelyn walks up the stairs. She's a dead woman. Why would you? I guess someone's even worse than Sleepy. A question for you about responsibility. Uh-oh. Is a person who distributes illegal content on the internet guilty even he or she did not participate in the making of that content themselves? Hell yeah, guilty. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's guilty. Example, this is illegal. You distribute it. You're a distributor. That's the same question of like, is the guy who's in the lab who makes drugs guilty, right? Is as guilty as the drug dealer who sells them or distributes them. Hell to the F, yeah. Lucy burst into tears in response to this oddly specific question. Please, I didn't know. I thought they were always consenting. I swear. Oh, come on. If something ain't right, get out of there. Don't even do it. I'm so sorry to see you so desperate. But your answer is off topic. Yeah, that's true. She didn't really answer the question directly. Causes a small bluish mist to appear and ripple around Lucy's body. Oh, ooh, that is click clack clack. Ooh, damn. Magic mist turns her to mush except her head. Remember, responsibility is one of the must-have sociological studies in the program. Alright, not to immaculate. Yeah, we get it. Stop describing her, we get it. She's cold, calculative, a murderer, and she has power. Don't forget to take notes. This is important. Oh, airplane. No one is saved. Clearly. Oh, he still loves Emma, man. He has to save Emma. I'm skipping this. We don't. Yeah, she was guilty. But you should answer the question directly, right? Not off topic. She follows up a question, then yeah. I need to know more about Lucy's story. We're all gonna die. She's a sinner too. This guy seems to have lost his mind, but I feel like his sinner theory is some kind of right. I just need to confirm it with Lucy's story. Ooh, oh, damn. Well, that makes sense. Alright. No, I get it. I already know. Come on, we don't need to read this. You might be asking, why you're not reading the whole thing. Well, it's just describing the same thing, or rather, the happenings, and we've literally seen it. So no, I'm not reading the whole thing. If you want to read the whole thing, you could play the game. It's free on Steam. I shake my head. There are too many holes in my reasoning, too many gray areas. But it's the only lead I have. This could save lives. I need to tell everyone. Not like this. What's your deal, Ichi? You're saying that you agree with the other sicko here? It's a bit more complicated. Basically, Evelyn kills people who she thinks have done something terrible. She asks them a question with no good answer and she kills them. And Alicia, she killed her while she collapsed on the floor vomiting. Yeah. He's on her side for sure. So, no, people are just panicking. Yeah, it's difficult to share it online, specifically. Oh my god, I was like, oh no, Itchy's about to get... It's just Jessica, Dan, and Wes. Hey, it's not that dumb, your theory. Despite the relative distance between us and the board, and thus evident, there's no telling how much she can hear us. What are you doing here? You're insane. Why would you move from your seats? Oh, I guess she's too busy, huh? Seems like she can't hear us. We should be fine. Emma joins the discussion. Ichi, I think her theory makes sense, but... Yeah, it's not stupid, we just don't know how to get out of here. Ichi, are you sure about your theory? How do you explain that the witch spared Rose? She was with others near the door, though. That's what I was going to say. There are some details I still don't understand at all. Alright, she's still writing. That's consistent with what Ichi says. Rose passed out, so she couldn't obey the rules. The witch, she asked everyone to go sit down. That was the rule. Go back to your seat. Does that mean we're in danger since we switched places? I don't think so. Since the murder started, I've changed seats 3 times and still haven't been targeted. As long as we stay seated, I think she's satisfied. To get me closer to you so we can come up with a plan, you dingus! Doesn't add up. She killed Alicia, was throwing up. The scene suddenly comes back to my mind. As for her, oh, with anemia. She was eating, homeboy. The rule is to behave in class. Remember, she said she couldn't punch someone with anemia, so she couldn't kill Rose. She spared someone who has anemia, but she punched someone who can't control their gut when facing dead corpses? Yeah, exactly. Yep. Ooh. They were in their seats, which was the main rule. Go back to their seats. I'm just like reading it right now. I'm not like reading it out loud. Yeah, it just shows how sadistic she is. If you know you can't hold your guts in, then you shouldn't have headed to the door. She knew she couldn't stand. I don't know. Maybe she sees anemia as potentially related to poor health, so something we don't choose. We don't choose to vomit. Maybe it's not so much a matter of affliction as of consequence. When you vomit, you're still conscious, even if moving is very delicate. She doesn't want to kill people who won't see death coming at them. Yeah, teacher, you thought she was a teacher? She's here to kill. You know all that. Exactly, Jessica. My theory, Ichi's theory is correcto. Exactly. I don't know where her supernatural powers came from, nor do I know why we're stuck in such a nightmare. However, I get the impression that she's trying to punish certain students guilty of behavior deemed harmful. What do you mean exactly? She's playing the vigilante. That's her theory? So all the guys who are not perfect have to die? My man Dan. The people that just died clearly did something fucked up. It's not like they were like ugly. Guy or girl, it seems. I don't care. Saying I deserve to die? Emma turns back to Evelyn looking very concerned. Dan, I'm begging you, keep your voice down. Dan, we don't make the rules. I just feel like... Okay, yup, somebody just killed this guy. Excuse me. Stop freaking out, we're all in this together. Dan stares murderously at Jessica but eventually regains his composure. Okay, I don't like Dan. Just trying to figure out this witch's motives so maybe save some lives, nothing more. Dan looks unconvinced. Yeah, to save your lives. Wait, why are you convinced that Evelyn is going to come after you? Don't tell me you did terrible things to a girl. Dan turns sharply to me. Of course not, I'm not a freak. Then why is he so fidgety and panicky? Of course not, I have principles. Well, good for you. Yeah, why do you feel so threatened? Okay, not exactly the monogamous type, you know me. Oh my... I forgot. not that serious considering these girls were so willing to sleep with a guy like you. I'm not saying I'm super proud of it, but it's not like against the law, and I may not be the only one at fault. Okay, no. We can argue both parties at fault, but you gotta accept the responsibility and accountability that you yourself effed up. You could be a side hoe, doesn't matter. You know you're the side hoe. You're not the main. You're not the main person, you know? You're not the guy with the bag or the girl with the bag. Takes two to cheat, right? I'm almost surprised to know that. Still makes me a guy with reprehensible behavior. Exactly. Call it morals, values, or anything. If it fits into the rules, I'm doomed. It's going to bleed me dry for acting like this. On the other hand, if you really did act like trash... Emma glares at Chloe. Don't say things like that. No one deserves to die for that. I get it. No one deserves to die for that. That's true. But in this situation, we're kind of fucked. Jessica gives Chloe the coldest look I've ever seen. You're pro-death penalty, right? Watching bad guys die in front of you makes you happy? Does it make you feel better about your own little life? Chloe looks down at the floor, but Zoe immediately flies to her rescue. The twins have always been extremely close and supportive of each other. That's not what she meant. No one wants Dan to die, but if this Itchy's theory is right, that's pretty reassuring, right? It means there's real hope for some of the students. The good students, right? Yeah, Dan, you fucking... He made his bed. I'm sorry, but sometimes in life, shit hits the fan and you're fucked. Trash like me can cook as quickly as possible to help you get out. Well, we don't want you to die, you know, but... No, I get his panicky behavior. I get it. But he's such a... It's like he thinks of himself so high horse, you know? No, that's not what you meant, right? How about you shut up instead? What do you think? Dan, calm down. Right now, the witch is only targeting people who've actually done horrible things. There's no telling whether you should actually start targeting minor sins like cheating on someone. Cheating depends on what do you mean by cheating. Are we talking about full-on blow affair? Whoa. Yeah. Ruining relationships. That gives like deep trust issues, you know? For anyone. For a long time. It is what it is. Cheating with someone, so pretty much everyone would be on the death row, not just you. Dan's shell begins to crack and I begin to detect signs of fear on his face. Fear of being next in line. I place my hand on his arm. I have nothing to offer him but my empathy and my fear. Jessica's right. If she starts getting over little mistakes, then we're all doomed. No one is perfect. Shaking his head. Alright, back to the main topic. How can you use this theory to get out of here and define the opponent's rules? Yeah. I forgot it was a root theory. What if someone pure tried to open the door? Haven't you been listening? Anyone who doesn't follow the rules get killed too, pure or not. West shakes his head, an unusual serious look on his face. No, that's a corollary of Itchy's theory. His theory is just that Evelyn targets impure students when she asks questions, which has been true so far. So what? The others hadn't done anything. That we don't know. You said it yourself. Nobody's perfect. Maybe all those who have died so far had something to blame. Including the guy who tried to open the door. Maybe that's why he was burned alive. Because he was a sinner too. It is one of the worst kinds of death, burning alive and drowning. Like Itchy's, if you're right, and since no one is perfect, we're all doomed, all of us. So we have nothing to lose by anything in my theory. Downstairs a Wes, blah 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 blah. Wes, what do you suggest? Very simple. I think there are pure and impure students by Evelyn's standards. The pure are not supposed to die, while the others are definitely doomed. As a result, all we have to do is send someone pure to open the door. The witch won't want to kill him, and we'll have a real escape route. Then while she's busy killing the next impure one on the list, we can try to escape altogether. Since there will be pure people in the crowd, she won't be able to kill indiscriminately, which will leave the possibility for some of the impure ones to get out alive. Yeah, that's not so dumb. Like he said, we don't have anything to lose. With your stupid theory, we're all going to die for sure. Alright, I'm just like skipping this. Ooh, his plan doesn't make... It's a big risk. Like, it's... If his theory is wrong, someone just dies, straight up. Like, there's some truth to it. I kind of want a process of elimination, you know? I frown. This idea that they're really pure doesn't make sense. No one is blameless. Plan doesn't make sense. Alright. Maybe she planned till the very last. I'm skipping this. What if we forget about the purity thing? And what if it was enough for someone to simply walk out very quietly as they would during a normal class? After all, we're allowed to go to the bathroom, usually. Normal class, right? Itchy, are you pretending not to see the dead bodies around us? Precisely. To allow something so simple, something that no one would dare to do in such a context, would be the height of sadism. It's precisely a rule Evelyn could invent because no one would dare. Alright, let's check this theory out. It's just one issue with this brilliant plan of yours. The brave chosen one who will test your wonderful disruptive theory. Are you talking about yourself? I swallow hard. Kinda hot. Risking your life on such a crazy bet. I sigh in annoyance. If Dan is convinced, that means it's a plan worthy of a kindergartner. Stupid? It's about survival. Yep, I'm sketching. Shut up, Wes. Wes turns his gaze to Emma. My mind's about to explode. Keep it down, you idiot. Wes, you're crazy. We can't... I'm sorry this video is long. I'm curious on what they're gonna do. So I'm gonna like... Itchy, stop. You'll get us all killed, please. You'd rather have all of us die than give a small chance of survival to others? I kinda like Wes, even though he's a little bit chatty. He's got some points. I don't like Dan. Got a lot of fear, my man. Alright, just... I think it's a shitty plan. It's way too risky and has no basis in fact. According to Asia's theory, we have some time left before we are killed, provided we obey the rules. I agree. Anyone has a lead. Hey, Itchy, you know how to escape from here? You idiots, have you been listening? We're still looking. These guys are stupid. When we talk about theories, we have to prove them first to prove that this theory is true. Correct? My goodness, holy crap. Definitely a college classroom. It's but a theory to survive a little longer, that's all. Till we figure out how to get out of here. Jessica nods her head in agreement. I'm rich. My father can give you anything. Shut the fuck up. These guys are crazy. There are rules, there are loopholes. If you have time to chat, it means you already know everything about this class. Are you telling me no one took notes? Like at least 3 of them take notes, share it to the people, and hope to God that the people that are within that know can share the info that they talk about with you. The entire little group instantly freezes. You there, were you saying something? Is it because you're bored? No, not at all. The allegedly very rich student's shaky voice betrays the sobs that agitate him. I was... It's probably more interesting to this class. Could you share with the whole class what you were saying? A cold sweat floods my chest. Could have been me. I'm 3 feet away from him. But he is the one who is doomed. He was the last one to speak. The last one to break the rules. Alright, to the degree, what does he plan to do? If he does, I don't think so. Sadly. Or thankfully. Usually the windows by schools, they're pretty tough. You know why? To prevent anyone from declining their life early. You know, decline the life card early. If he does, we'll even have time to kill us all. We'll be able to sneak away during the class or call for help. Thorns. Well, he's yeah, he's done. Yep. How rude. You can discuss as much as you want after class is over. Could it be madness, cruelty, or sadism? Or simply fun? In a great theatrical gesture, Evelyn turns back to the board and starts writing again as if nothing had happened. I think it must be her medallion. Could be. Maybe we could just yank it off of her. Alright, it's like 11. How long is this class? God damn. I'm gonna end this video right here. It's like 50 minutes long. So hopefully you like the video. Subscribe or watch my other videos. Thank you for watching. Bye.